Hello, and welcome back to Cemetery Mary. On the last episode, we resolved the issue we had with the intruder in our family's diner. We ended up calling Crowven, who, according to Mary, seemed disappointed in us, but I couldn't see it. Then we crashed the funeral and went to the arcade with Crowven, and honestly, we won a book. Thanks to Crowven generously giving it to us. It was. It's currently the next day or next morning. Apparently, Crowven's still asleep, and Mary has decided, since that we're still home, we may as well make breakfast for the two of us, and that's where we will continue. So as said, seeing as he was still home, I thought it would be nice if I made breakfast for the two of us. I went downstairs into the kitchen and started preparing some stuff with what we had. A while later, I heard Crowven coming down the stairs from the thumps of his steps, but he's still alerted by me by asking, "Hey, are you cooking something down there? Come over to the kitchen. I just finished making pancakes. What kind? What other kind? Chocolate chip, duh." You're right. It was foolish of me to ask. See, because of all the CG's last episode, this is the face I'm used to with Crowven. Not necessarily angry, but not smiling. Whereas this one seemed normal. Other ones, he was smiling quite a bit. Crowven took his usual chair in the kitchen, and I set the plates for us. "Do you want milk or water?" "Milk, of course." "What kind of stupid person do you take me for?" Crowven seemed preoccupied with his phone, but I was in too nice a mood to care about that. It's probably Vassilis calling it here, because he was bashful about answering us about Vassilis last time. I gave us both milk glasses and some chocolate syrup on the table just in case. Because, you can never have too much. Pretty sure you can. "Crowven, do you want anything today? Are you doing anything today?" "Why?" "I just had a lot of fun yesterday, I don't know. I thought maybe we could do something again today. If you wanted to." "Oh, you want to?" I hadn't been planning on it." "Oh. I mean, it's okay if you're busy and all." "Well, I mean, there's some things I have to take care of first." "But will you be free later tonight?" I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't really hang out with anyone besides you anyways." "Alright, because the gang and I were thinking of heading to the club tonight." "The gang?" Me and my buds." "Oh, I've heard you talk about them, but I've never met them before." "See? Perfect then. You can come to the club with us. Meet them. We can let loose over a few drinks. It's all good. I don't drink, but I didn't terribly mind going to the club with Crowven. I'd never really been to the club before, or to a club before. And even though I'm sure I'm not really the crowd that they'd expect to see there. I mean, you have a reputation for crashing funerals. I was always curious to see what one was like. I'm assuming loud and headache-inducing. So I look forward to it. I try to keep myself busy throughout the day. I clean the cabin a bit, as it had been getting a bit out of shape. Tried to start a grocery list, since I was sure we'd have to go out on a run soon. Despite how I thought it might feel, I was excited actually. I had never met these friends of Crowven, but I know that he knows them for a while. That he's known them for a while. At least since he's been living closer to Blackwood, but maybe even earlier. There's been times where Crowven would rush out of the house during dinner just to go meet them. At least I've always assumed it was them. It could be Vassilis. He's always been hanging out with them, as far as I know. Despite how many times he seems to spend with them. I've never really met them or ever seen what they look like before. I always hear good things about them, though. About them from him? Was that? I don't know. I got a history thing. I always hear good things about them from him. There we go, yeah. So at the very least, I trust they're nice people. I hope they like me. I keep up with Crowven throughout the day. I had to ride the bus into town without him this time, but this was okay. The hard part was following his directions. The club seemed like an awful lot of work to get to, but I was eventually able to find it after I realized that it was sunken into the sidewalk. There was a staircase leading down to the entryway, and I heard Crowven yell. Ah, there she is. As I cascaded down them and finally met the people I'd heard so much about. Okay. Here she is. A gal of the hour. Just a simple hello. Hi. I'm was all I could mutter out. They appeared more rough than I was expecting. I mean, I knew that was the kind of look and crowd Crowven liked to hang out with, but maybe I wasn't ready to meet them as I thought. Alright, check them out. Fellas, this is Mary. Mary, this is the fellas. My dude over here is Theodore. My other gal over here is Zapara. Yo. Oh, she's kinda cute, Crowven. In a scary kind of way. What considered scary? Yeah. Creepy cute, as they say. I like her eyes. They're just screaming like, hey looky, I got a demon inside me. What? I like her horns too. Really sells the look. We have horns? Crowven's friends. I wasn't sure how to feel about their compliments. Or how they were looking at me. It felt as if they were eyeing me down, and they stood off mostly to the Crowven's other side. I wish they'd stop looking at me like that. I wasn't really sure what to say. Alright. What are we waiting for then? Let's get there. Oh, let's get in there. I don't know. I peered around Crowven and his pals. There was a bouncer in front of the door. He seemed like a giant compared to us. I could also see that he was kind of glaring at us. I whispered to Crowven, is this guy going to let us in? Huh? Oh no, definitely not. It's cool though. I'm going to be a distraction. Then your guys will run in, and I'll find my own way in. We've done this plenty of times before, so don't worry about it. I promise, it's going to be okay. Sure, we'll show trust. I mean, you seem to know your way around this better than I do. That a girl. It's easy. You don't even have to do anything. Except run. Except go with the flow. Well, except run up. We have to run. I watched as Crowven walked right up to the bouncer. And promptly kick his... Oh dear. Why would you do this, Crowven? Crowven then zipped right past us, and the bouncer charged, charging down his path, missing the rest of us by a hair. Before I could even call out to him, I felt a tug on my arm as Theodore and Sapara pulled me into the door. Come on. That's our opening. As I was brought inside without any more protest. I forgot how loud clubs are supposed to be. I mean, I had never been in one before, and I expected them to be loud, but of course. But, I didn't like the way the music felt as it pumped through my ears. It made my bones shake. It was pretty dark, and there was also plenty of colourful, strobing lights about. There was a large dance floor, and a DJ booth, and a bar off to the side, and plenty of people who were dancing. We only had We'd only been here a few minutes, but I could already feel how humid the atmosphere was. And there was no doubt it would only start feeling more apparent as the night went on. I looked around us. Crowven wasn't anywhere, and I was stuck here with his friends. They were talking to each other, but I couldn't hear any of what they were saying over the booming music. They seemed to hear each other just fine, though. Eventually, they started walking somewhere. I trailed close behind them, not wanting to lose them in the crowd of people. They sat down at a table, and I awkwardly squeezed next to them. To my surprise, Theodore took out a cigarette and a lighter. I wasn't sure if he was allowed to smoke in here, but I felt too intimidated to question it, especially to someone I didn't know. I was also starting to worry about Crowven. He still wasn't here yet. I considered taking out my cell phone and calling him just to be safe, but before I knew it, he was heading to our table. He even had a drink in hand. I was astonished as he sat down next to us, as if nothing happened. Jeez, you can't believe can you believe this guy? Oh, these guys. Oh, I can believe it. Especially when it comes to you. Aye, shut up. I don't understand why it's always got to be like this. I'm giving them money after all. Shouldn't that be enough for him? You can definitely see the type of personality they've got. But it is interesting about Crowven's smile. How'd you get back in here anyways? Nah, don't worry about it, Mars. I got it all under control. He says that. I say it because it's true. So what were we talking about over here? Nothing. We were just waiting on you to show up. Oh, waiting on little old me? That's so sweet. So sweet I could puke. Oh, again? Shut up. Crowven and his friends laughed amongst each other. Anyone could see how close they were just by how quick, just with a quick glance at them right now. They seemed to make him happy. Happier than I had seen him in a while. I liked seeing Crowven interacting with them and seeing how well they got along. But that just made me feel even more like an outsider, sitting among them all. So merry was it. Theodore took a long drag of a cigarette and blew it right in my face. I tried to keep a polite demeanor as he did so. What do you do? We crash funerals, I guess. Huh? I'm sorry, I don't understand. It's an easy question, ain't it? What do you do? What do I do? What's your job, sweetheart? Oh, currently not working. I used to be a waitress. I haven't decided, I guess, technically, we used to be a waitress. But it only lasted a little while. I'm, not the best when it comes to people, I guess. Luckily, I've been able to stay with Crowven until I try and sort things out. He's been very generous letting me stay. Oh, Crowven's letting you have it easy, huh? You mooch off him, then. You're playing things smart if you are. What's he bought for you? Huh? If it's a jacuzzi, can I try it? Hey, knock it off. Oh no, it's not like that. Unless it is. Unless it is. Does Crowven think I'm mooching off of him? Huh? You would say that, huh? I'm not following. Don't worry about it, Zap's just an idiot. Yeah, says you. Fine proven. Anyways, so Mary, where'd you get those eyes? From a drug dealer, I guess. Clearly. Oh, my parents gave me them. Oh geez, must have been a disappointing present. My mama gave me eyes like a dead fish. I'd have been bawling. I hope they kept the receipt. She's just joshing you. Don't take it too seriously. They're just having a bit of fun. I think Mary is too nice of a name for her though. Nice? Nice like soft. It's too soft. Like a pansy. If she's going to be hanging with us, she needs a cool name. Should we call her Moz too? Liz off, only I'm allowed to call her that. Oh, I know. We can call her Scary Mary. scary, Mary? Well, hold on now. It's pretty fitting, I think. You think I'm scary? Oh, definitely. Like, I'm scared when I go to sleep tonight. You'll be standing at the foot of my mattress. And you'll say something like, ooh, only a week remains. I mean, I guess I can kind of say that. You can. She ever do that to you, Crowven? Nah, I'm just joking. He's too soft. She's like a marshmallow. I mean, he definitely seems like a personality-wise. Because, you know, you got the tough goat man, the smirking crow man. I'm assuming a squirrel. It's kind of like unhinged. And then you got Mary, who is technically supposed to be a manta ray, I guess, based on the initials. But like, yeah, so, I felt weird. Yeah, it's pretty much how it is. Even though everything just felt like too much. Like there wasn't enough room for everything that was happening. Isn't that just how clubs are? The lights, the music, the people. Crowven's friends. It was a little bit too much for me. I need to... Excuse me, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Oh, that's it. She's like Bloody Mary. Sneaking into the bathroom to take the next victim through the mirror. Be easy on him, won't you? The lights in the bathroom ain't that good, and you'll scare the crap out of someone looking like that. I got it from the table and swam my way throughout the crowd, looking for the ladies' room. I had begun to regret coming here. Even if it weren't for the way his friends were talking, I wasn't a fan of the atmosphere. It was all so loud and so bright. I never liked this kind of stuff. Why did I come here again? To hang out with Crowven. I went to the bathroom and only there did I realize how sweaty I was. It felt gross. I went over to one of the sinks and rinsed my hands and my face with some cold water. It's got a note saying please do not seal on the soap. Why? Crowven never told me his friends were like that. When he used to describe them to me, they always seemed so much nicer through his words. Though I should have expected anything different. I always knew those were the kind of people Crowven liked to hang out with. I don't know why. Crowven's such a nice person. Even if he hasn't been the nicest lately, still, Crowven's been being moody. He doesn't mean it, I don't think. Just because he's cranky lately, that doesn't mean he means to hurt my feelings. I know that he doesn't try to, but these people, I just met them and yet, the way they talk to me, Crowven didn't even seem to mind that much. I'm assuming it's them just being friendly, which is why he doesn't mind being much, because he's aware they don't mean it maliciously. Maybe I was the problem then. I probably shouldn't have taken things so seriously. Before I could get my thoughts through to myself much longer, though, someone opened one of the stalls behind me. I hadn't even noticed someone was there. Someone was here, sorry. It's a good thing I wasn't thinking out loud. She approached the sink and washed her hands, and I realized it was Twyla. And she's in a nice dress. Hello there. Oh, hey. Didn't expect you to see you here. Doesn't really seem like your type of event. It's not. No offense. I could say the same about you. I mean, yeah. I think it's like a coin situation, because you've got what we initially met. I'd say the bookworm sort of look, and then we've got, I guess, this. I don't know how you would describe it personally. So whatever this is, as the other side of the coin. What are you doing here? I come here a lot here, actually. Really? I wouldn't have expected that from you. Well, not a lot. I just meet up with some friends and have I just meet up with some friends here every once in a while. It's where they like to be. How about you? Crowven wouldn't like if I found out I was talking to Twyla right now. I don't know how Twyla feels about him, so it might not be the best to bring him up to her. Oh, I'm just invited by a friend. I'd never been to one of these places, so I thought it could be nice. But it's really loud out there. And my friend brought some of his other friends, and they're what? I don't know. Obnoxious, maybe? I don't know. It feels mean to say, but they feel kind of mean to me. Mean how? I don't know how, like, comparing me to Bloody Mary and stuff. Gross. That sucks. That's why I'm in here, actually. Don't really think I want to go back out again. I could do you a favor if you'd like. Oh? My friends and I, we actually sit in the VIP area. Interesting. Who are you friends with? It's a lot more chill over there, a lack of a better word. Wait, you're actually inviting me? We haven't even known each other for that long. And VIP rooms are expensive too, aren't they? It's fine. We're going to be working together, right? So we should help each other out. Besides, I have a feeling you're not really going to come back to this place after tonight. So I don't think anyone will be bothered by you just being here one time. What should I do? Twyla's offer does sound very appealing, but Crowven invited me here. Can I really just leave him alone? I know he's with friends, but still. What if he starts wondering about me? And he finds out that I was hanging around Twyla, he might get upset with me again. Our relationship is starting to get better. I don't want him to get mad at me again. What should I do? I'm definitely gonna save. But I think it's best to refuse, because Crowven did invite us. It's very nice of you to offer, but I'm sorry. I wouldn't feel right abandoning the people who invited me here, even if they've just been a little nasty. Suit yourself then. Thank you for the offer, Twyla. It's very kind of you. Twyla then left the room. Twyla left out of the bathroom without saying a word. I followed shortly after. I didn't see her after exiting the room again. Or the bathroom again. It almost seemed like there was more people than when I had entered. It caught me a bit off guard, but I tried to keep my composure as I made my way to our table. Even though I didn't really feel like going back, it was the right thing to do. I was invited here after all. Besides, if I went up with Twyla, Crowven might get worried about me. Because he still cares. Yeah, he's got it. I returned to the table, and Crowven clumsily got up to let me slide in to my seat again. He looked intoxicated already. Sorry. Did I miss anything? Nothing much except Crowven downing 2 of these little shots, I guess. Shots, yeah. He's drinking already. Oh, really? I'm waiting for him to throw up again. We're betting on how much he can get to. I don't think he's going to make it to double digits. Oh, is he okay? I'm fine. Don't even worry about it. I'd keep an eye on him. Yeah, I try to. What is that kind of laughter? Everyone says that they're always on Crowven's. But everyone's eyes are always on Crowven already. Mary, Mars. Yes? I was just telling him about the thing that you do. But like... Well, like, you know better than me, so... Yeah, tell us. Yeah, something about the graveyard, right? We like that place too, so... Oh, you do? Oh, sorry. Oh, do you? Gotta get it in the right order. I don't recall having ever seen you there before, but... Well, I guess they're gonna enjoy it more if I sneak into funerals. I spend a lot more time there, so I'm quite familiar with the layout. I leave flowers and out on the graves sometimes, and I also, on occasion, I sneak into a funeral or two. Oh, now. That's something I didn't expect out of the supposedly goody two shoes. Talk about party crasher. Tell them about the nickname that they call you. Oh, some folks have started calling me Cemetery Mary. Because I'm like always there. And Mary's my name. Oh, that's you? I heard that name before. I just didn't expect Cemetery Mary to be all puny and petite. Oh? Yeah, I thought it was like some kind of urban legend, you know? We thought it was a ghost in the cemetery. Like, beware of the dreaded Cemetery Mary. She creeps among the graves of her victims, and you could be next. Oh no, I'd never. Now I'm thinking about it, Cemetery Mary. I like it. Sounds like a band name. Mind if I use it? Oh, you're in a band? No. The only people I'd have to start a band with are these two knuckleheads. And the only thing I know how to play is what? And the only thing they know how to play is with my temper. Oh, that's relatable. Yep. So, someone always likes to, you know, they'll find a nerve and they'll keep on hitting it until they get a reaction. Hey, don't say that, man. You love us. Love is a strong word. Don't be rude. Spar hit Theodore with the ends of a sleeve. He laughed. Crowven laughed. I laughed too. I found it a lot easier to join in that conversation. A lot easier than it was before. I was kind of glad I decided to return to the table. I was still a bit uneasy, of course. I did just meet them after all, and they were all way closer with each other than with me. But I felt like maybe, after a lot of time, they could grow to be some friends of mine too. I would really like that. I just wish they didn't say that stuff before. That's all. As the night went on, Crowven had downed quite a few drinks. He was hopelessly drunk, flopped all over the table, and only able to giggle to himself. He never used to be this bad when it came to drinking. I picked him up at the table and told his friends I ought to get him home. They didn't protest in the slightest. I wished them a good night, slumped Crowven over my shoulder, and headed to the exit. I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to get Crowven out without the bouncer noticing, but to my surprise, when I opened the door, no one was out there. I was confused, but I also wasn't going to pass up the opportunity. I hurried along as fast as I could, with Crow on top of me and all. Then we waited together at the bus stop for the next bus to come, so we could go home. It was hard for me to tell if Crowven had passed out or not while we were waiting, but he got up when the bus arrived. I still carried him though, just in case he tripped over himself. That's kind of you, Mary. And we got to the bus together. The bus ride was long and tiring. Crowven leaning over me, his breath reeking of overpriced alcohol. It was even harder getting off the bus. I still carried him because I know he needed me. Mary. Yes? You okay? Mary. He hiccuped. I never liked seeing him like this. But at least I knew that when he was with me, he was safe. Yes, Crowven? Oh, that's endearing of you. And, yeah. Familiar bonds. He was like family. I thought he was family. He's your cousin, isn't he? And the first friend I ever made. The only friend I ever made. I'm confused. Someone's gonna have to explain. Hearing him say that he loved me was something he seldom did as the years passed. So hearing him say that right now, well, I wish I could say it made me feel very happy. It did make me feel a little happy, but I wish there was something I could hear him say when he was sober too. I carried Crowven back to his room and laid him on top of his bed. I think he passed out the minute his head hit the pillow. I kissed his forehead a good night and headed to my own room. I wish I could sleep as easily as he did. Well, you could have if you drank anything, but you didn't, which is smart because you were the responsible one who got Crowven home. I wonder how Theodore and Zabara got home, because it didn't seem like they were drinking much. But I had one more thing to take care of. Are you there? I have a question for you. Yes? What do you do all day? I can't answer that. We spy on our parents, right? Why not? You definitely don't just sit on the phone all day. Well, of course I don't. Then what do you do? I can't tell you. Is it because it's bad, or is it because it's just... I'm assuming bad? Well, actually, no. Maybe if we say scared, we can provoke him into giving us information. Don't be silly. Of course I'm scared. Really? I have every reason to be. Maybe even more reason than you do. If you can believe that. You still haven't answered me, though. What is it that you do? I'll look out for you. Good night, Mary. I think with that, we'll have to save the next day for another episode. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I can see you in the next one. With that, goodbye.